Hello, welcome to WBS Prime News Live. I'm Anita Mwanguzi. Faster look at what's coming up.
I expect better collaboration. Expect better collaboration and a better reading of the Constitution.
The Speaker of Parliament, Rebecca Kadaga, asks the newly appointed Attorney General to read the Constitution better. 2 weeks to vet the nominees to Cabinet as required by the Constitution.
For Nakawa lawmaker Frederick Ruhindi, his elevation to the position of a substantive Attorney General is that which many think was long overdue, yet it brings him face to face with an office that has ended the political life of many of his predecessors. He comes to office at a time when his predecessor had a nasty relationship with the Speaker, who at the climax of the standoff disowned his legal advice. And as such, it could be politically symbolic that his first public appearance as Attorney General is at the Speaker's boardroom.
I think I want to begin by congratulating
Fadil.
And I'm grateful to God and to the people of Noga West who elected me to be in Parliament. And I pledge my commitment to His Excellency the President and the people of Uganda.
Other lawmakers, however, have mixed reactions about the new cabinet lineup.
I also believe that with the exception of Professor Tikodri, who was my lecturer, I think the rest of their appointments are political and really with the eyes set to the election of next year.
As long as the resources are available, there is no other
of the life presidency.
So I'm not carried by where an individual comes from, because actually it means nothing. Like this one that I've been electing. My sister Anita, she has been the architect of the solo candidate. She has been rewarded. So really, what do you say? My brother Chris Mario Monsi, Bahati, then all those from because the other time Mama was removed. Now they had to patch up.
Others raise the red flag over what they call the apparent lack of regional balance.
When you look at this cabinet, the full cabinet ministers, a majority of them, up to around 8 actually come.
Television, Parliament.
That story forms the basis for our discussion point tonight. And following, particularly basing on the Attorney General, we ask, should the newly appointed Attorney General Fred Ruhindi be blamed for the legal mess at the Attorney General's chambers where he served as Deputy Attorney General previously? Should the newly appointed Attorney General Fred Ruhindi be blamed for the legal mess at the Attorney General's office where he originally served as Deputy Attorney General? To be part of this discussion, do join us on Facebook.
Speculative, since intelligence reports have always revealed that most of its foreign trainers are from Yemen, Afghanistan and Somalia, who have trained the terror organization of application of improvised explosive devices.
Out of our police officer who was shot guarding Electoral Commission offices in Namayingo, that one was also amongst those that were recovered.
The Allied Democratic Forces is a rebel group opposed to the Ugandan government. It is based in western Uganda with rear bases in the Democratic Republic of Congo. However, investigations into the matter is still going on to end the likely internal wrangles in the palace. Zamzam Siraj, WBS News, Kampala.
Earlier, I gave you a wrong website for our live stream. And the right one is www.wbs.ug/live-stream. You can catch the bulletin live there. Deadly jiggers invade Kasubi village in Chimanya, Chabakuza division of Masaka municipality, causing alarm and fear among the leaders. Over 65 households in the village have already been affected, with children and those of old age crippled by the biting jiggers. 63-year-old Stephen Kakoza, who stays alone in a single dilapidated and stinking room, has lost his private parts, toes and 3 fingers to the deadly jiggers.
Simanda Joseph was found at one of the drinking joints in the village, was forced to remove his shoes for a checkup, only to find all his feet infected. The division deputy speaker Kakoza Matia, together with the LC1 chairperson completely eaten up, and one wonders how they eat food without swallowing some of the eggs offsprings. However, the trouble with the village lies on the Masaka Hospital land, where all residents had been instructed to vacate in order to give room to the hospital to expand. As the operation was going on, some residents attacked the team and demanded to know why the district leaders had kept silent on the hospital's actions to evict them.
Mbuza tubadde tuziwulira Busoga ne kati municipality ziyingidde kya buswavu nnyo naye nga abakulembeze tulina okwenyigiramu tuyambibweko ku bakulembeze
over poor sanitary conditions and the use of contaminated spring water that has spurred typhoid. The Director of Public Health and Environment at KCCA, Dr. David Seruka, confirmed the shutdown of 7 malls and the ban on the use of spring contaminated water.
Kampala Capital City Authority closes mini price building, Galilaya, Kwalisau, Nabukera, among others, due to usage of contaminated water from springs and boreholes. This is one of the ways to help fight the spread of typhoid around town. Dr. Seruka says the buildings, which involve tough penalties of disconnecting the pumps they use to pump underground water, the directive is going to be accompanied by commitment letters that never shall they ever use other sources apart from national water. The implementation is going to be done in the presence of National Water, KCCA and proprietors of malls. And this will later call for the reopening of the premises once adhered to. To the tenants of closed malls, say the directive was long time overdue.
CC and the government to come upon us and it helps us so that we can be saved
if they are not careful. Karora says men who practice domestic violence and defilement will not be spared by the hand of the law. Speaking at the Media Center in Kampala, the outgoing gender minister and the new state minister for security, Mary Karora Okorut, said that many old women, girls and minors have been defiled by men. The tough-speaking Karoro threatened to use all possible avenues to have all those suspected of domestic violence and defilement killed.
Who defiles a 3-month-old baby, 2 months in their diapers, or what if that man should be killed? You see, you will take him to prison. And then they will give him what they call, is it good power? That he has behaved well. He will come back. Research has shown that 3/4 of such people will come back and repeat those same crimes.
In spite of her tough stance on men, however, she appealed to them to be considerate of their wives and build happy homes and families. She revealed that to empower the woman economically, government is considering launching a project dubbed He for She, which is intended to help families get closer together.
The he must come on board and help us fight. The Englishman says it takes two to tango. So the women cannot tango alone. We need male champions on board.
This ahead of Women's Day celebrations to be held in Kabale District on Sunday the 8th of March at the golf course there, under the international theme this year, Equality for Women is Progress for All. We now revert to our opinion poll question, and tonight we ask, should the newly appointed Attorney General Fred Ruhindi be blamed for the legal mess in the Attorney General's chambers where he served as Deputy Attorney General previously? You're welcome to be part of this discussion at Facebook, on Facebook at www.facebook.com/WBS TV Uganda, and we'll take a look at those thoughts as we get along with the bulletin. We're so glad you're still watching WBS Prime News Live. Let's now have a reminder of our top stories. Speaker of Parliament Kadaga asks the newly appointed Attorney General to read the Constitution better. KCCA shuts down 7 shopping malls in town over use of contaminated water. And a witch doctor in Mubende is arrested over defilement, gang rape and attempted murder.
Zing, the ultra-low-cost mobile phone instant messaging app, allows you to stay in touch with friends, family, and the world around you. Designed in Africa for the world, Zing works on most featured phones and all smartphones and actually rewards you to stay in touch. Zing is 100% free to download and has been cleverly designed to use minimal data, ensuring you stay in touch for longer. It's amazing. Zing is secure and encrypted, ensuring peace of mind over time you chat. Add some Zing to your life. It really is amazing.
They then forced Nanyazi into the shrine where a sharp panga, knife, and backcloth had been arranged and was ordered to sit down as they discussed on how their gods had longed for blood from a young lady of her size, shape, and cloth. On reaching the police, Matovu and his two accomplices who followed Nanyazi to the police and filed a complaint of how the girl friend had stolen his money worth 1 million shillings. Nanyazi claims that she has never met any of these men and she has never stole any money from them. Meanwhile, investigations about the case and two people on the run continues.
The executive heads of the NRM Youth League commend President Museveni for considering the youth generation in the party's topmost administrative organs and in the just concluded cabinet reshuffle. This follows the appointment of Rose Namayanja, Richard Todong, Evelyn Anite, Justin Lumumba, David Bahati and Kenneth Amona respectively to the party secretariat and cabinet.
Following a cabinet shake-up by President Museveni over the weekend that saw more new, young, energetic youth join cabinet, the NRM Youth League said the move is long time overdue. At the age of 30 years, Evelyn Anite, according to the youth, is a role model. The youth say her appointment as youth minister has groomed trust between the president and the youth, showing a gesture of respect and love to the young generation.
Our sister, Honorable Anita Evelyn, one of our own, the Northern Youth MP, as a new minister in charge of youth and children affairs. For us as the Youth League, we are very, very happy about this appointment. To see that one of us within our age bracket has been appointed to take over the mantle of leadership in the youth docket. And we have no doubt whatsoever that she will do a very commendable job.
They, however, too congratulated other ministers who were appointed in the same vein. According to them, they promise to offer cordial working relationship with their fellow youth now in cabinet and in the top most administrative organs of the party.
The newly appointed youth leaders at the party secretariat, because it is our responsibility to ensure that we congratulate them upon the appointment. And these are the Right Honorable Secretary General, Honorable Justin Lumumba, the Right Honorable Richard Odwong, the Deputy Secretary General, Honorable Rose Namayanja, who is the National Party Treasurer, Honorable Dr. Kenneth Omona, the National Deputy Treasurer of the National Resistance Movement. In the same spirit, we congratulate the Electoral Commission, which were also appointed and confirmed by the NEC.
Here they say can only pay back to the president by supporting his sole candidature, a move that was endorsed by the party's political organ, the NRM caucus in February last year, and partially held by the National Delegates Conference.
As the youth of Uganda, we pledge our full support and cooperation to the new team of leaders appointed at the Secretariat and in government at large. We also reaffirm our commitment and support to the sole candidature of His Excellency the President as our sole candidate of the NRM in the forthcoming General elections in 2016.
The NRM Youth League finished the development of its strategic plan 2012-2016, defining action areas, objectives and activities up to 2016, and these include, among political mobilization and recruitment. In the medium and long term, the NRM Youth League aims at being the breeding ground of the next generation of national leaders who are ideologically mature and consistent with the national and party vision.
The president of the Forum for Democratic Change, General Mugisha Muntu, will on Monday unveil the FDC's revised 4-point action plan to trigger Uganda's next leap forward, focusing on policies and action.
During this launch, we intend to unveil FDC's 4-point action plan, which will trigger Uganda's next leap forward, focusing on policies and actions to invest in our people and expand opportunities for every Ugandan. Implement game-changing initiatives to trigger new forms of economic growth and stimulate job creation. Number 3, to strengthen national unity, national security, leadership, and a renewed commitment to public service. Number 4, to pursue citizen-centered regional and global partnerships.
Briefly, we revert to our opinion poll question, and tonight we ask, should the newly appointed Attorney General Fred Ruhindi be blamed for the legal mess in the Attorney General's chambers while he served as Deputy Attorney General? Asimwe Simon Peter, you say Fred Ruhindi was also a victim of unprofessional actions of his former boss, Peter Nyombi. He on several occasions gave good legal advice that would in the end be countered by his boss. However, it is time now for him to do better. Eric Kademe, you say that's now history. Let Ruhindi do something different. Bida Chiwanuka Nasa, you say in practice yes, but in Uganda's case no, for institutions do not work, but only on individual loyalty to the president. Philemon Mike, you say absolutely right, he should be blamed because he was part of the saga. Atejeka Agre, you say he was part of the game, so he should be blamed. Happy Felix, you say no. Sheterere George, you say Nyombe's mistakes should be Ruhinda's correction. You're welcome to be part of this discussion on Facebook at www.facebook.com/WBSTV Uganda. We're so glad you're still watching WBS Prime News Live. Now a reminder of our top stories. The Speaker of Parliament, Rebecca Kadaga, tasks the newly appointed Attorney General to read the Constitution. KCCA shuts down 7 shopping malls in town over use of contaminated water. A witch doctor in Mubende is arrested over defilement, gang rape and attempted murder.
I cherish children because they're important in our country. I show interest in what they do, I listen to what they say, so as they aspire to be the best, respecting children teaches them how to respect others.
You see, a good school equals to a better life.
Because a violence-free childhood is everyone's right. Raising Voices.
Watch out for this.
Zing, the ultra-low-cost mobile phone instant messaging app, allows you to stay in touch with friends, family, and the world around you. Designed in Africa for the world, Zing works on most featured phones and all smartphones and actually rewards you to stay in touch. Zing is 100% free to download and has been cleverly designed to use minimal data, ensuring you stay in touch for longer. It's amazing. Zing is secure and encrypted, ensuring peace of mind over time you chat. Add some Zing to your life. It really is amazing.
Welcome back to WBS Prime Business. Ugandans are challenged to stop spending beyond 60% of their monthly earnings if they are to progress economically. This was revealed during the reintroduction of the scooter bikes that have seemingly been seen to be aging from the Ugandan market.
Poor saving culture by most Ugandans has always been attributed to as the cause for lagging behind of Ugandans in terms of economic transformation. The experts say most Ugandans spend 60% on commuting, leaving every miserable fee of their monthly earnings for development ventures.
What we earn, we are never going to become first world countries because our saving cultures are very, very poor. If you save 60% of your earning on transportation, when are you going to save? This is the way forward, my dear.
It is against this that Simba Automotives Limited has moved to reintroduce the season scooters that used to be famous in the 80s. They say they will work towards instilling a saving culture amongst Ugandans as it uses 1 litre per 60 kilometre, an equivalent of Kampala to Entebbe, using only 1 litre. According to Shukla Paresh, there's need to conserve the environment by using brand new products which are also cost effective. He says most second-hand cars that pollute the environment have remained to be both expensive and also unenvironmental friendly.
Supposed to be abandoned from the country of manufacture after about 5 to 7 years, by the way. So they are just discarded from their country because they pollute their own environment so much. But unfortunately, we even bring them here after even so many years to pollute our environment further. So my plea to Ugandan is to buy a new product. This is a brand new product.
This version will remain to be an old version in the eyes of most Ugandans since it was on the market decades before being reintroduced. The new scooter, which was lately awarded second best award of the century, has an automatic version with disc brakes and 2-stroke engine that can easily mix oil and fuel. It also has a provision for keeping laptops with a detachable box for safe custody of goods, which according to Simba Automotives could work better for corporate companies.
Welcome to Consumer Digest now. Recently, Uganda's juice and water has come under close scrutiny and found wanting because of the environment in which most of the juices are prepared. We are now joined in studio to take this discussion a little bit further by Javida Morgan Bona, who's the secretary to the Uganda Water and Juice Manufacturers Association, to demystify why we still have this problem, and yet they have raised concerns about the state of juice and water in this country. You're welcome.
Thank you very much.
Perhaps you could start by you telling us when you first realized that there's still so much that is left to be desired with the way our juice and water is prepared.
Well, thank you for this interview. In truth, we've always known that there is a problem. There is a problem in our industry because we help people to set up these things, but to close them down. And we have given them an ultimatum to all juice manufacturers in Uganda to register at their respective districts. And then after that, we are going to help them free of charge to make sure that they get the standards right. That means we help them set up the cleanness schedule, we help them on records, we help them on occupational health and safety, so that the whole industry can grow rather than us curtailing the smaller players and then they say the bigger players are stifling us. No, we want to actually help them, and I'm very glad that yes, KCCA have come on board, and I'm telling you right now, KCCA under its mandate has now banned packaging of Buvera.
Yes, let me interrupt you for a bit.
Yes.
You've mentioned packaging over and over again.
Yes.
Apart from the packaging, what other yardstick do you intend to use to determine whether the juice is good and safe for the consumer? What will you use to determine?
Okay. Apart from packaging, which is one of the biggest problems, and is the carrier of, for example, the salmonella we are having, it's all the packaging, it's the handling. But we are also looking at the source of water, the source of the products, the additives.
Yes, but how are you going to know that the source of the water this person is using is not right? How are you going to be able to tell this?
Okay. Right now, what we've decided to do is carry out surveillance and to understand that person X is packaging a juice X, but where is he getting all the ingredients? So we are doing a surveillance, we are doing investigative work, we are actually making sure that we have people inside to feed us with information until we find out exactly that X gets the water from a borehole or from the municipal line, he gets his additives from the X person, he gets the packaging from this person. That's the only way we can know. And we are also encouraging UNBS to take sample products from the market, test them. If they're not good, please, we stop those products. And one of the things that also we've discussed, because we've said that all products, by the end of this year, all products, and our viewers must know this, they must have a standard mark. If they don't have a standard mark, you don't consume them.
Talking of standard marks, juice, we find it in hotels, restaurants. These are not manufacturers, but they produce juice that the consumers take when they get to these places. Do you intend to include these ones as well in the monitoring and inspection?
Well, unfortunately, as an association, we cannot do that. But because we know it causes a lot of headache to the entire industry, if people have a perception that whatever they drink, they will fall sick. We believe that KCCA has woken up. We thank them that they have woken up. We hoped that they should have done this previously, but that role now lies on KCCA because we don't have that mandate. Our mandate is mostly on anything that is packaged. We must protect it. Anything that you do in your home, you must have general standards of health. You must have hygiene. You must be able to have proper ways of handling such products.
Have you encountered anybody who's had side effects to juice or water? Have you?
No, but I cannot say that it has not happened because I would like to tell you that the current increase in cancer-related diseases comes from so many. Those that come from tobacco are there, but there are some that cannot be explained. And all this can come from the additives we had. All this can come from the way the bad manufacturing practices we have in our food industry. Most of the diseases that will really kill this country will only come from the food industry. That's why the food industry must be protected, and we must fight, and as an association we are fighting to make sure that this food industry, people take it seriously. If they don't take it seriously, we are going to face a catastrophe.
Yeah, we're going to have serious problems. Well,
yes.
Time will not allow us to continue this interesting discussion.
Yes.
But thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you very much.
Well, that was Mr. Javida joining us here to discuss the safety conditions associated with juice and water production in this country. WBS Prime News Live continues shortly. Stay with us.
Let your world come alive as you treat your taste buds to the fresh, zesty flavor of new Evervest Bitter Lemon. Evervest Bitter Lemon. Bitter is cool.
final witnessed by Ndeje University top executive. Though KAVC players were much taller than Sports, this didn't count when Sports led the first quarter by 25-22. KVC leveled matters moments later before their opponents went ahead to lead 2-1 in the best of 5 sets final. As KVC threatened to take the game to the 5th set, Sports took advantage of their opponent's blunders to win the nerve-breaking 4th set by 25-23 points as darkness caught up with the prize-giving ceremony.
We are keeping calm, we are making the subs when we need to. Yeah, and the team we are training well and we are good for now.
Though missed the trophy, KAVC got the right build-up game for the coming continental engagement in Morocco due next week. En route to storming the finals, KAVC stopped Nkumba by 3 straight, while Sports Ace had the same score against Matrix. The women game became a one-sided final with Vision Volleyball Club hammering fatigued Nkumba University by 3 straight sets. Like KAVC, Vision Volleyball Club took the finals as a build-up for the Continental Club engagement due next week in Morocco, and it's the only trophy they missed in the last season after lifting the league trophy. Nkumba encountered a couple of mistakes that culminated into losing grip to the trophy they won last year.
We're preparing to go for club championships this month, so we're trying to test some of what we've been training. And this is a tournament we hadn't won last year, so it's really a sweet win for us.
We have trained for it, we have really worked hard. We've worked hard.
Before rewarding champions with the trophies, the Vice Chancellor of Ndeje University, Professor Lugojo, noted that the university is committed to building talents for students and takes sports as one of the main activities at the campus. Over 30 teams took part in the 2-day event where St. Mary's Kitende scooped the secondary school's boys' trophy.
That's the sports. Stay with us now for a summary of today's news.
Zing, the ultra-low-cost mobile phone instant messaging app, allows you to stay in touch with friends, family, and the world around you. Designed in Africa for the world, Zing works on most featured phones and all smartphones and actually rewards you to stay in touch. Zing is 100% free to download and has been cleverly designed to use minimal data, ensuring you stay in touch for longer. It's amazing. Zing is secure and encrypted, ensuring peace of mind over time you chat. Add some Zing to your life. It really is amazing.
Stop chasing bonuses that don't last. Bonga Forever Ever from Uganda Telecom never expires and gives you up to 100% guaranteed bonus every time you load airtime. Simply dial *100#, select Bonga Forever Ever, and talk and text all networks with the bonus that lasts. Get Bonga Forever Ever from Uganda Telecom.
Uganda Telecom, Uganda's most affordable telecom service.
Zing, the ultra-low-cost mobile phone instant messaging app, allows you to stay in touch with friends, family, and the world around you. Designed in Africa for the world, Zing works on most featured phones and all smartphones and actually rewards you to stay in touch. Zing is 100% free to download and has been cleverly designed to use minimal data, ensuring you stay in touch for longer. It's amazing. Zing is secure and encrypted, ensuring peace of mind over time you chat. Add some Zing to your life.
Deadly jiggers invade Masaka district, the elderly most at risk.
News Summary is brought to you by
Everybody use Mobit Taco Jelly. Mobit is amazing. Mobit Taco Jelly. Mobit is the best. Mobit, all the confidence.
Thank you for joining us. I am Anita Mwangazi. Good night.
Up next on WBS TV.
My name is Musa, your travel agent. I'm taking you around Africa, our motherland, a land gifted with beauty that flows right from Uganda, the Pearl of Africa. Our first destination will be Rwanda, a land of hills and beautiful ladies. Then Tanzania, the home to the great Kilimanjaro mountain. And Kenya, the Masai Mara home. If I may ask, anyone with more exciting sights?
Mofitable jelly and Mofitable soap.
That's